And I started to really get this feeling that I was going back to my hometown in Ohio, where in Ohio, Beverly and I grew up on a little street, 10 houses from each other. We've known each other since I've known her since she was 5 years of age. Went to the same school, all the things. She was a homecoming queen, you name it. Too. And I played football there and did all those kinds of things. But we had an open door policy in our homes in Ohio when we grew up. My mom always cooked for everybody. We cared about everybody. And that feeling started to come back to me. And I said, you know what? I've just made full circle in my life, and this is a wonderful day in my life because I'm back in my hometown where people really care about what they do. And I made a decision. I met Mr. Stonecipher. We talked, and he really didn't know who I was. And he said, well, you know, what do you think you can do with this, Dave? And I said, I think I can go out and build a pretty big business. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, I won't see you for 3 years. And he says, for 3 years? Well, why wouldn't you want to come back here and so forth? I said, I don't have time. I said, I won't have time. I said, for the next 3 years, I'm going to go out and build the biggest business this company's ever seen. And he said, well, we have a lot of people that say that. I said, you watch the production. And you know, because talk is cheap. And we're not cheap talking here today because this is a leadership meeting.
That's right.
These are the people that are going to make the difference where this company's going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And I want leaders. I want action people.
Right.
And so today, we're going to talk about action. We're going to talk about the fact is that, you know, we're not going to sit around. We're not going to bellyache. We're not going to, all this crap's got to stop, okay? All right? We got to keep things simple in life. You know, everybody's worried about this computer. Hell, I don't even have a computer. You know, I know Darnell's been stealing some of my stuff lately, but God love him and bless his family today. But, you know, I still operate with this little flip phone. It's a $39.95 phone, and AT&T still keeps them on hand in the local market just for me. In fact, there was a time I was driving back from South Carolina, and I was calling because there was a problem with the phone. The guy answered for the service area of the phone. He says, well, you could not be calling from that phone. I said, why not? He says, it's been inactive for 3 years. We don't even have a tower that will reflect that. I said, well, somebody's holding something up somewhere because you and I are on this call. Hey, this is my phone. This guy on the plane says, what kind of phone you got? He says, my phone. I said, I've never heard of it. I said, well, you got your phone. I got my phone. And as long as I can call out and get a call in, you can build a multi-million-dollar income on this thing. And I do get texts. Can't text back, but I get text. But I'll call you back. I swear I will. Right, you know. And so I want you to just understand the simplicity of how Dave Cimola works. It's not a complicated thing. Recruiting and building this business is going to be about the simplest thing that you've ever done in your entire life. You just get it right. You just got to get it right. You got to get it on a balance. You got to get it on an action course and so forth. You know, the football field, there's been many people that have been driven down to the 1-yard line. And, you know, they got to go 99 yards to get the touchdown to either win the game or put a score on the board. But, you know, it's just one step at a time. It's one step at a time. It's one play at a time. And as a result of it, you're going to get setbacks. You're going to have challenges and so forth. Now, if you are a person in this room today, which I don't believe you're here because you couldn't be that person. If you have a quit attitude, or you have a losing attitude, or you have a negative thought factor going through your head today, you need to take it and flush it in the toilet somewhere. Because you need to get rid of this crap, okay? There is nothing like what we do. There's nothing like it. We're not, well, is this multi-level marketing? I don't know, what the hell do you know about it? You get this, that, this, you don't know nothing. Sit down. And I said, look, I'm going to educate you on a hybrid industry that's never been done before. Nothing like it. Nobody will ever be like this. And I says, we're not anything like these other types of companies out there today. We provide a real service and a value. Our product is the only product in America that is really marked down, not marked up. And you know, you think about it, you go buy a cosmetic, it's marked up 50% or whatever. $400 an hour, $20 a month, are you stupid? You know, I mean, figure this out, you know? How hard can this be? It can't be that doggone hard is what it comes down to. So, you know, get the attitude here today. Get the action in place. And get the commitment in place. And have a no quit attitude. Well, I never used an attorney. Well, then you don't have a will. Because if you did it yourself, you screw it up. You know, everybody's got an excuse, right? I got to go home and think about it. You got to go home and think about 1995. Don't drive the car. Call a hooker or where that thing is. You know, how hard can it be? I got to go home and talk this over with my wife. No, you don't. Here's what you need to do. You got to go home and say, honey, sit down. I made a great decision today. I says, look, we don't have a will. By God, I saw an opportunity here today where we could get a $1,200 will for $19.95 just to start illegal shield. Yeah. Didn't I do good? Yeah. Absolutely, you did good. Action, aggressive. Going to be aggressive. I'm aggressive. You don't ever get out. If I get my hands on you, you're done. I tell you right now, I tell them right now, so you're going to buy this membership, you're going to leave town. As long as I'm alive, I'm going to be haunting you every day. So let's make a good decision. Get the membership. All right? You're not tough enough. You understand what I'm saying? All of you here today have got to get tougher. You've got to put a thick skin on you. Well, I just didn't want it. So two things happened. You either didn't do a good presentation or they didn't understand it. So I tell them, I said, look, something happened here today. I said, I can't explain why. But either I did a terrible presentation or you're a poor listener. I says, which is it? The guy said, well, I'm a poor listener. I said, well, let's start all over again. So, hey, God, I'm getting wound up. Teach something real quick in a few minutes. It says 10 minutes to the clock. That means I went over 10 minutes already. Look. In recruiting and building, number one, put a smile on your face. Everybody right now, put a big smile. Look at the person right beside you. Just smile at them, okay? People don't see people smile. They don't. Look happy. Look like you want to do something in life, okay? Look happy. So here are the 4 steps that I always talk about. Number one, I says, we've got to be complimentary. We've got to compliment people. Look, I think I recruited the guy that opened the door for me, getting out of the car the other night. My wife we just had a thing put in our house called, it's an electric fence for the dog. My poor little dog's getting shocked all day today. It's called something fence, I forget. Visible fence, right? Visible. Well, the guy comes, they mark it all out, they get it in, he's getting ready to leave, and I says, you're not going anywhere. And he says, why not? I says, come in here, you're going to hear what I do for a living. I says, sit down, Bev, go get a package. Yeah, he's a new associate and a new member right now. Yeah. Hey, I ain't doing business with you unless you're doing business with me. You can own our membership. This is just part of a team effort here, okay? And he's excited to find out what was was interesting to find out he did Fran Tark at his house. But, but anyway, I don't let anybody get biased when it comes out. But be complimentary. Thank people. Be kind to people. Take a minute, okay? And say when somebody's walking by, they may have an Alabama hat on. You go, roll tide.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll go, well, thank you. I said, so where are you from in Alabama? And they'll tell me where they're from. I said, what do you do down in that? You know, I just start building some confidence with people. So here we go. We're going to do what? We're going to do complimentary, contact, shake your hand, introduce yourself, trade, that's the second part of it. Okay. Thirdly, build a friendship. And then fourthly, if you're writing this down, okay, then you ask what their profession is. Now you think how simple that is in a process of a couple minutes and how much you can learn about a person that quick. So complimentary, man, you look great. That's a great looking tie you got on. And hey, your car, man, that's great looking. Okay, where are you from? All right, hey, my name's Dave Savola. And if you just walk around like this, somebody will shake your hand. Try it today on the way out of here. Just somebody will reach out. They'll try to avoid you, and you just slap it. And then make a contact. Introduce yourself. My name's Dave Savola. I says, and they'll introduce themselves. And then again, at that point, you start building friendships. I said, where are you from? This part of Alabama, whatever it might be in the country. And I said, do you have family? Yeah, I have kids and so forth. How old are they? See, what I'm doing now is building a list of how this person is going to fit into a membership, okay? And what's going to be the hot buttons in there. I'm going fast because I'm out of time. The 10 minutes is still there. And I'm going out of time on this. And then the fourth thing is ask what your profession is. I said, what do you do for a living? They said, well, I'm a small business owner. I said, well, that's great. Or something else. This is actually what I do fits very, very strongly in the small business arena. They said, what do you do? And I said, well, it's funny you ask. I said, look, we have a company called Legal Shield. Well, what's Legal Shield? I said, we provide services for small business owners, for families and so forth. And obviously you have 2 kids driving cars right now. How are you protecting them other than insurance? And so on and so forth. And they said, well, how does this work? And I said, look, this is not the time and place to do it. This is where the other 3 steps came in. And I said, look, let me show you what we do, okay? All right, give me 15 minutes of your life, and you may or may not be interested. Now, for our new people that have never heard this, I know you have all heard this, it doesn't matter how you say this, you can't screw this up. All right? If you say, give me 15 minutes or something important I want to show you, you may or may not be interested. Or if you say, you may or may not be interested, but let me show you what we do, and I said, all I want is 15 minutes. You can't screw it up unless you say one of them twice. All right? And so at that point, you're only asking for time. Now, here's the important thing. We talk too much, and we don't show enough. Let me explain something. You talk too much, and you don't show enough. So you want to get in front of people so that you can explain it in a professional manner, that they understand it, and with a brochure, so that they get it, okay? All right? Not talk the deal, okay? Share the deal. So what I do is I make an appointment with them then, and I sit down with them, and I only ask for 15 minutes, and I'll go through what our family plan is, and that's really the general part of the conversation, okay? Then I could go into some more. It would take actually hours and hours for me to do this. All right, and teaching you how to then go from there to the next step. And obviously the next step is really if they become a member or they have interest in becoming an associate, what you do with that person next, okay? And I'm going to just add a couple things real quick here. Is that going to meetings, which I put together the weekly meeting system, and throughout the country, because I knew that you could develop your business model and then take it, then bring it to a business function on a Monday or Tuesday night. Now here's the key word. Write this down. I heard Jeff mention. Somebody said he mentioned this morning. Bring. Write down the word bring. Okay, not invite, but bring. I never went to a meeting in my earlier stages, and I was breaking records in this thing. I didn't know if I was breaking records or not, but they said I was. Okay? Bringing people. So I would call somebody up that I knew was a great prospect. And I said, look, Bill, I said, tonight, I says, we've got a meeting, or tomorrow night we've got a meeting down at the Marriott Hotel in Atlanta. And I says, look, I think enough of you that I need your opinion. I want you to go with me to this meeting for 1 hour. And I said, I'm going to pick you up. Well, Dave, I'll just drive myself. No, it ain't going to happen. I said, I'm going to pick you up. He said, why won't you let me drive? I says, because you won't show up. I said, you got as many excuses as I do. Okay? I said, so I'm going to pick you up. I said, I'm only going to ask for 1 hour of your life to go with me on this into this meeting. And as a result of it, that 1 hour, I took him to the meeting, and they became my next recruit. I never went to a meeting without bringing somebody. Still inviting, but bringing. Now think how more productive all of us in this room could be. When we leave here in Dallas, every one of you, if you go back to your weekly meeting, but you make a focus on picking somebody up and taking them to that meeting, your business model will explode. And then that meant, it's just like my dog today. You start getting the message. Maybe that's where we need a legal. I don't know. So if you don't take somebody to the meeting when you walk in the thing, and you go, I have to bring somebody. Let's see if you're going to get me again. Bring people, okay? And that's my message really is for you today. There's so many other great speakers. I really just engaged. I stuck myself in here. And good Lord wanted me to continue to be what I want to be in this business. And I'm more dedicated now than I've ever been in my life. I've been more excited about Legal Shield. And I've been on every conference call. You can tell there's nothing wrong with my voice and everything. And it's just I skip around a little bit now. But I'm dedicated to what we're doing here today, okay? And I just want you to know that I want to toughen you up today is what it really comes down to. We don't need weaklings in our business. The weaklings join these other network marketing companies. And what they do, here. Well, there's a new cosmetic thing out there. We better run and put some of this crap on our face. A couple years from now, they're in another deal. Then they're in another deal. And they're in another deal. Come on, man. Stop this. Okay? Get into something that's professional, that you can build, you can be proud of. I'm proud when somebody says, well, they say, what do you do for a living? I said, Legal Shield. Well, I've heard of that. And we say, what do you mean you've heard of it? You don't own it? Well, no, I don't own it. Why don't you? Well, I really don't know a lot about it. And I said, well, hey, give me 15 minutes and I'm going to show you. And by the way, you may or may not be interested. I sit beside people on the plane, they go, well, I got this problem and that problem. I said, why don't you just use your legal coverage program? What is that? I said, what do you mean, what is that? You don't have one? No, I don't have one. Oh, crap, here we go. I'm going to have to explain this. Look, I'm a fighter, and I'm a coach. And I've coached some greatest kids in this country today that are playing, Division I college football. Got some that are going to hopefully be in the NFL. I got one that might be at one time in the next number of years one of the biggest draft choices in this country, and if he stays healthy enough. And I learned a lot about coaching, but you got to practice. You got to come to practice. You got to be at practice. You got to practice every day to win. Somebody once said, well, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence. Then why does the cow's head through there? Seriously. You walk down the fence line, the cow's head's through the fence. His butt's on the other side. And you go, well, if the grass isn't greener, and if he knows the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, why don't you and I? Because the other cows are just mingling around over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to understand that if you're not getting where you want to go right now, you've got to get your head through the fence. You've got to get where the grass is greener. You've got to understand that. One of the things I taught my football teams years ago was I took them to the end zone. I made them roll around in the grass. Now you had AstroTurf, but I made them roll around the grass and take some of the grass and eat it. Parents would come up to me and say, "What are you doing?" I got a pretty good reputation as a coach, by the way. And they think I'm crazy, but I win. And then I take them to the middle of the football field. And I said, and we get there in the middle of the football field, and I said, "Guys, what's the difference between the middle of the football field and the end zone?" And of course, one of these Target students go, "Well, Coach, there's not much grass out here." And I said, "You know why there's not much grass out here? Because this is where average teams play. Average teams play in the middle of a football field. Champions play in the end zone." All right, yeah. So when they get out on that football field, they look over at me and they're going, "We don't belong here. We ain't average. We're champions." And we move that football down that field and we win championship after championship. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you've got to do. You got to get out of the middle of the football field, the middle of your living room, and get where the end zone is, get where the people are, get where this business model is going to be built. You've got to get an attitude beyond an attitude that you never had before. You've got to want to fight. You want to build. Don't sit where you're sitting today. Don't polish your trophies. Go get a new one. Get a championship trophy. All right? That's why I want to say to you this today, Lee, Cassie, I still have 10 minutes. I will be here for you, and I'm looking forward to getting across the country speaking in all these organizations I haven't been around in a number of years. And this is my first time back, and I'm pretty damn good today, and I'm going to get a whole lot better win. All I want to say is God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Go!